What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Anime Sensei's channel. Just want to say a big thank you for all the comments on the latest video to showing your support to me being the narrator of the new channel. And also, just to mention that a few people thought that this voice was Anime Sensei in the first place. But no, it's actually not him, because he's not very fluent at the English language, so that's why I'm here to help him out. If you all want to check out my channel, as always, the link will be in the description below if you're interested in viewing my top 10 videos. Also, if you guys don't know, Anime Sensei does have a Discord, so the link will also be down in the description below for you guys to become part of the Taku Nation on Discord. So, anyways, today's list will be covering the new romance anime of 2019, and these are all brand new romance series that are currently airing for you guys to dive straight into and watch weekly. So my boys, starting in 10th place, kicking things off with this list is Meiji Tokyo Renka. Mei is just an ordinary, everyday high school girl that is until one night, when the full moon is full and red, she's transported through time to the Meiji period by Charlie, a self-proclaimed magician. She ends up in a strange Meiji-era Tokyo, where the existence of ghosts is accepted. Led by Charlie, she finally arrives at the Rokumeiken. There, waiting for her to arrive, are the historical figures. And while interacting with these men, she discovers she is a Tamayori, someone who can actually see ghosts, a skill that is highly valued in the Meiji period. Due to these powers, her relationship with the men begins to change, and as she gets to know these handsome men in the new era, she just can't get used to. A love begins to grow within her. Will she able to return back to her time? To her own world? Well, you guys will have to find out by watching the show. Coming up in number 9 is Gohan's brand new anime series, WZ. But even though this was not said in the description, this is actually the second season for Handshakers, set in a different time period. So, Yukiya, who is probably 14 years old, spends his time DJing alone. Due to his father's influence, he's listened to house music since he was young, and he uploads videos online. He wants to convey something to someone. He wants to be recognized. He wants to become important, but getting hurt is scary. One day, while he's trying to get more views, he does something that can be undone. And he sees a live broadcast from that world. Yuki believes he can't do anything alone, but that he could accomplish something if he were doing it with someone else. In 8th place comes in is Ueno-sawa Bukio, or in English titles, it is How Clumsy Are You, Ueno-san? So, Ueno-san is in her 3rd year of junior high school, and pretty much this show's concept is falling in love with someone, and that someone is called Tanaka. So she makes a full use of her inventions and tried to show it off to Tanaka, her science club Kohai. Now, the thing is about this show is that it is quite inappropriate, so if you don't like inappropriate stuff, then do not watch this show. But the main character, Tanaka, is very dense. And if you do not like main characters who are extremely dense, then this show is probably not for you. But it is pretty funny. It has a lot of hilarious shit in the series, and I think you guys might like it. But also, it is 10 minutes long per episode, but I think that is a good thing because it leaves you at each end of the episode craving for more. In 7th spot comes in is Girly Air Force. Mysterious flying creatures known as Zai suddenly appear, and in order to fight these creatures, mankind creates fighter aircrafts called Daughters, as well as the automatic fighting mechanism, Anima, which are shaped like human girls. The story centers on a young man named Kei who learns to fly in the sky, and an Anima considered to be humanity's trump card and last hope, a girl named Gripen. In number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we have is 3D Kanojo Real Girl Season 2. So, for Hikari Tutsui, life within the two-dimensional realm is much simpler. Socially and awkward, he immerses himself in the video game and anime, only to be relentlessly ridiculed and ostracized by his classmates. Sharing his misery is Ito, which is his only best friend, who wears cat ears and is equally obsessed with the game world. After being forced to clean the pool as punishment for arriving late, Tsutsui meets a new girl named Iroha Igarashi, but he attempts to steer clear of her as her notoriety precedes her. Blatantly blunt, loathed by female classmates, and infamous for messing around with boys, Tsutsui believes that getting involved with her would cause nothing but just problems. 3D Kanojo Real Girl is a story revolving around these two outcasts, a boy full of emotions which he has never experienced before, struggling to lay them bare, and a girl who strives to break him out of his shell. Number 5 comes in Date Alive Season 3. Before the world ends, kiss me or kill me. 30 years before the events of Date Alive, an enormous explosion devastates East Asia and kills 150 million people. This is the first known spacequake, an inexplicable natural disaster that has since become commonplace. Fast forward to the future, high school second year Shido lives alone with his cute little sister while their parents are away. What do these things have to do with each other? While rushing to save his sister from a sudden spacequake, Shido is caught in a blast and in the mightiest of chaos finds a mysterious girl named Toka who turns out to be actually a spirit, a powerful being from another world whose arrival devastates the surrounding area. Thankfully, Shido is rescued by an anti-spirit strike team led by his little sister. Number 4! Gotobon no Hanayome. A high school romantic comedy with 5 times the cute girls. A high school boy must work part-time to help 5 sisters study so that they can graduate, but the only thing that these quintuplets have in common is that they all hate studying. Like, they really just fucking hate studying. They don't like it at all. So 5 girls who want to do anything but study, and their tutor, a high school boy who's very smart and gets almost perfect scores on his test, Futaro Esugi, took the tutoring gig because he was very desperate for cash. But when his students, the 5 beautiful daughters of a wealthy businessman, find 5 times the excuses to slack off, what can he do? At this rate, the sisters won't graduate, so if he wants to get paid, Futaro must think of a plan to suit each of them, which feels hopeless when 5 of them think that he's just a freaking loser. In 3rd place, Kaguya-sama. Considered a genius due to having the highest grades in the country, Miyuki leads the prestigious Shujin Academy's student council as its president, working alongside the beautiful and wealthy vice president Kaguya Shinomiya. The two are often regarded as the perfect couple by students despite not having any romantic relationship. However, the truth is that after spending so much time together that the two have developed a lot of feelings for one another, but unfortunately neither of them is willing to confess because it is a sign of weakness. With their pride as elite students on the line, Miyuki and Kaguya embark on a quest to do whatever it is necessary to get a confession out of another. Through their daily antics, the battle of love begins. In 2nd place, Domestic Kanojo. Natsuo Fuji is in love with his teacher Hina. Attempting to forget his feelings towards her, Natsuo goes on a mixer with his friends where he meets an odd girl named Rui Tachibana. In a strange turn of events, Rui asks Natsuo to sneak out with her and do her a favor. To his surprise, their destination is Rui's house, and her request is for him to have sex with her. There is love behind the act. She just wants to learn from the experience, thinking that it might help him forget about Hina. Natsuo hesitantly agrees. After this unusual encounter with Natsuo now faces a new problem. With his father remarrying, he ends up with a new pair of stepsisters. Unfortunately, he knows those 2 girls so well. It's his teacher and of course Rui. He soon finds out his new siblings are none other than Hina and Rui. Now living with both the teacher and the girl he loves with whom he had with his first time, Natsuo finds himself in an unexpected love triangle as he climbs even closer towards adulthood. In 1st place and topping this entire list, Tate no Yusha, or in English titles, The Rising of the Shield Hero. Stories of old tell of 4 heroes wielding the sword, spear, bow, and of course the shield, who defended the land from wave after wave of calamity. With the fate of the world in balance, the kingdom of Melomark summons these legendary figures. In modern-day Japan, the call is answered, and the unwitting heroes are transported from the real world into the fantasy universe. Thrust into Melomark and giving the title of Shield Hero, Otako Naofumi is labeled the weakest due to his lack of offensive capability and apparent inexperience. When the heroes part ways to start their journeys, he only has one willing companion, the beautiful princess Multi Melomark. However, she soon betrays him, steals all his money, and accuses him of taking advantage of her. So guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for the feedback, and I'll see you all next time. 過ぎないでね柔軟剤あれほどいいっていう柔軟剤そうじゃもちゃんとしないと